Alrighty guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we are rebuilding the Milwaukee Bucks in NBA 2K24 after the trade deadline. I feel like the Bucks were a very active team during the trade deadline. They tried to trade for Dorian Finney-Smith and Alex Caruso, but obviously none of that happened. But I feel like they did make some pretty good moves, in my opinion. They went ahead and traded for Patrick Beverley. I believe they traded Cameron Payne for him, so I feel like that was a really good trade for the Bucks. They got defense, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Patrick Beverley and Cameron Payne aren't much of an upgrade. I feel like I feel like it's a really good trade for the Bucks, in my opinion. The Sixers, I feel like they knew that they were getting Kyle Lowry if they were, going to do this trade, but they also went ahead and signed Delano Gallinari in free agency, which I feel like that's a very good addition for them. He could be a really good forward off the bench, and then yeah, the rest of the team, stayed normal. But Damian Lillard hasn't been himself at all in Milwaukee. But we'll just have to see if he gets back in the playoffs, maybe, because right now only averaging 24 points per game, shooting 34% from three, and he hasn't been really efficient at all with Milwaukee. Giannis to really, he's still having to do all the work. But if you take a look at the rotation right now, obviously we're in All-Star weekend, so we got Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bobby Portis, which I'm gonna go and start Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Patrick Beverley, Pat Connaughton, and Delano Gallinari off the bench. So that is your rotation. Beauchamp is out of the rotation as well as AJ Green, two guys. I think Andre Jackson is also getting minutes. I'm not quite sure. Haven't watched the Bucks in a while. So that is your rotation. I will see you guys at the end of the season to see how this team does in the standings. Right now, with Doc Rivers as their head coach, they're not really doing too good. But I feel like they should have just kept Adrian Griffin because they were a top seed in the East. I feel like they should have just kept him. But it's whatever. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Luka Doncic did win the MVP, and I think we all know how the rest of it goes. Wemby, Rookie of the Year, All-NBA first team, All-NBA second. We did get Giannis making All-NBA first team. He almost won the MVP. If Luka didn't exist, All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team. I don't see Damian Lillard, which I expected. All defensive first team, all defensive second team, and then Giannis made all defensive first team, all rookie first team. Can we still count Andre Jackson Jr. on here? And no, we do not. I mean, I don't think he would make it over any of these guys anyway, but at the end of the season, we finished off as the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, so we kind of fell a little bit, but it's all good. Heading into the player stats, we have about 30 from Giannis, we got 26 from Dame, we have 15 from Chris Middleton, 13 from Bobby Portis, 11 from Brook Lopez, 11 from Malik Beasley, we had 7 from Delano Gallinari, 6 from Jay Crowder, 5 from Patrick Beverley, and then Marjan Beauchamp. But like I said, I just realized that this is the first Milwaukee Bucks rebuild I did since Dame got traded to the Bucks. We're finally doing a Bucks rebuild. It's been a really, really long time, but we got the Knicks in round one. So we already have a really tough opponent here. So Brunson, DiVincenzo, OG, Julius Randle, Mitch Robinson, Hartenstein. Obviously, we got Bojan and Alec Burks at the deadline. Just a really good team. But game one, they're gonna take game two. They're gonna take game three. They're gonna take game four. We're gonna get one game, but okay, we're gonna get 2 games, and we're gonna fall short in 6, sadly. So getting close, but we couldn't, beat the New York Knicks. So it's not a great sign that we lose in the first round to the Knicks. LeBron James is going to retire. I'm going to try and override that. Like, it does suck that we lost the first round. Gallinari is trying to retire. I'm going to override that one as well. But heading into the draft lottery here, though, I'm pretty sure we don't have a first round pick or anything because, we traded most of our first round picks. We have a second, then we have really no first round picks to trade at all unless maybe some pick swaps. But, yeah, so we don't even have a single unprotected first round pick. So, right now, we're not in the best spot right now. Losing in the first round it's obviously not a great feeling, but we can build off of this, right? We can build off of this. So we have a second round pick. We have pick 6 in the draft, so I think it makes sense to add a rookie scale contract. Doc Rivers, do we fire him? I don't think we do it. I don't think we fire him. I think we just grab it and, a good assistant coach, and then we can, just go with it, because I don't think firing Doc Rivers immediately after we signed him. I mean, we did just lose in the first round, and, I don't think he's beating the allegations if they do lose in the first round, but let's just grab a guard grew. Then I will see you guys most likely, in the trade. I mean, not in the trade, in the draft. So let me just grab this guard grew, and I'll see you guys in the draft. So heading into the draft here, if you take a look at the guys that are on the board, we got Kyle. We also got a guy like Ryan Dunn, which wouldn't be terrible, even though we do have a lot of guards at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and take Ryan Dunn. We can maybe use him in a salary in a trade later down the line. 70 overall, Marjon Beauchamp, I'm gonna accept. He's gonna have a big role with the team, unless we don't trade him. Tate Washington, I'll bring him back in a qualifying offer for sure. And then we have no bird rights, and we barely have any money. We only can offer minimum contracts, which is, like I said, isn't great. We can bring a guy like Cameron Payne back if they're, already with the team. We can obviously offer them a little more money, but we got Damian Lillard. We got no shooting guard at the moment. We have Chris Middleton, Beauchamp, Giannis, so we really have no depth outside of our center position, so what I could see us doing is maybe moving on from Brook Lopez, even though he is really valuable to this team. I feel like if we can get maybe at least a decent center return, which we could still start Bobby Portis. So I'm kind of looking to trade Brook Lopez here if you want to get any better with our depth situation. But Malik Beasley is a guy that I would love to bring back. I just don't know if we can. Off the bench, you're starting. He'll be a great addition to bring back, and it looks like he's not going to accept the minimum unless we wait on day 12. So you can tell like a backup point guard to see Jose Alvarado, which him for a minimum seems like a steal, so I'm gonna bring in Jose Alvarado. And then like I said, I'm still looking to make a trade to trade Brook Lopez. That would be the main thing I want to do right now. So I'm gonna look around the league and see what can maybe, make sense for a Brook Lopez trade. This would not be a bad trade right here, where basically the Golden State Warriors are getting a center in Brook Lopez. They're also getting Pat Connaughton. Then we get Moses Moody and Andrew Wiggins in a 2028 first-round pick. So basically, we're getting a guy like Andrew Wiggins here, which I definitely think, the Bucks had a lot of interest in him during the trade deadline. They almost got him. But we're also getting a young guy in Moses Moody, which I definitely think he can be a strong piece to this core. So let's offer this up. Brooke and Pat Connaughton for Wiggins and Moses Moody in 2028 first-round pick, and they are going to decline, which is fair. You don't have to get the first-round pick. Maybe let's just say it's Moses Moody and Wiggins, and they are going to still decline. So obviously, I want both of them. Not really anybody else that I can see them trading. I mean, maybe Kevon Looney instead of Moses Moody, but I just don't want to do this. But the other trade that I really had in mind I was considering was this Brooklyn Nets trade right here, where basically we do trade the pick swap, which I don't. Are they still offering me? It was the Nets. They were offering me Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith for him, two guys that they had interest in the trade line. Honestly, if we do that trade here, I mean, we can try it. We can still see if they're still willing to do it with us. That was like I don't know what happened to it. I guess I just missed it, but. I'm pretty sure it was Brook Lopez for Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith, and we also threw Chris Livingston in there. That was it. So I forgot to throw Chris Livingston. So it was Lopez and Chris Livingston, I think, for Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith. Let's offer this up and see what they say. And they are going to want the two pick swaps other than the first, which they were offering me last time. So let's just go ahead and do the trade here. So basically, we're gonna get Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith in the trade. So yeah, here it was. So it was Brook Lopez, Chris Livingston, 2028 first-round pick, and then we're getting Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith in return. That's a done deal in my opinion. So we get Dennis Schroeder as a backup point guard, and we get Dorian Finney-Smith as a backup wing, which I feel like we couldn't have got any better than that in my opinion. So Beauchamp, I want him to develop into the backup small forward this year. Andre Jackson, we still need starting two guards. There's still a lot more work to do, definitely. We still need a better backup five. So let's just go ahead and get the Jose Alvarado signing out the way. And then Patrick Beverly, I'm not going to probably bring him back. Thanasis is a guy we probably have to bring back. So let's just sign Thanasis Antetokounmpo as well, even though he might be really taking up a roster spot. But it really doesn't matter. We have to make Giannis happy after losing the first round. So we will re-sign Thanasis Antetokounmpo. And then our last signing will most likely be a starting two guard. If Malik Beasley is still here, he'd be the guy we start. So let's just hope Malik Beasley is still available to be signed on day 12. Let's hope that no team picks him up. We can still bring back Gallinari, which is something we definitely could do. But Malik Beasley is the main guy that I want to bring back on day 12. I see Bruce Brown out here. So let's see what guys we can sign for a minimum on day 12. We're $5 million. We got $5 million. So let's see. Like I said, it would probably be a starting two guard, not really anything else that is too concerning right now. So a starting two guard or a backup five, we have to sign on day 12. So Alright, so I see Lonnie Walker, bring him in for $5 million, which wouldn't be terrible. I see Gary Trent Jr. I see Victor Oladipo. So Malik Beasley is definitely still here. Really good shooter. He's in the 3-point contest, so he would be a really good guy to bring in. And then backup fives available. I see Jalen Smith, Gogo Badazi. Backup fives might be more important than starting shooting guard, but I feel like we can sign a guy for a minimum on that level though. So I'm gonna wait to do that, and I'm gonna sign starting shooting guard. So Lonnie Walker, I don't think he does enough defensively for me to start him yet, which on the Lakers, no, he wasn't the best defender, but I don't know if he's improved. I'm not quite sure. Gary Trent, I'm going to offer a contract on, but I don't think he signs with us, and he declined. So most likely to see bringing back Malik Beasley here. So actually we can't even sign him for 5. It'll have to be at minimum. So Malik Beasley declined, which would probably have to be Lonnie Walker being our new starting 2 guard, which we'll see how it works out. Lonnie Walker, and then we can sign a backup 5 for a minimum contract. So let's say, I mean, who's really the best backup 5 out there right now we can sign? So, it'll probably be Mo Bamba's the only player that we can realistically get for a minimum. So, let's sign Mohamed Bamba for a minimum contract, and then hopefully he signs for a minimum. And yes, he does. We get Mo Bamba and Lonnie Walker on day 12, which aren't terrible additions by any means. Couldn't bring back Beasley, couldn't bring back Delano Gallinari, couldn't bring back Crowder or Pat Bev. We get Lonnie Walker and Mo Bamba on day 12, which I feel like that's amazing. Then I will see you guys at the end or the beginning of the season to go to our rotation. Your rotation heading into the season is Damian Lillard. He's down to an 88, which I forgot to show the player progression, but we got Damian Lillard, Lonnie Walker, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Bobby Portis, Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, Ozzy Alvarado, and Marjon Beauchamp as your rotation, which it's definitely a solid team. Mo Bamba is out of the rotation as well as Andre Jackson Jr., but it's whatever, man. But I feel like our team is definitely good the way it is right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Power ranking land just at 1. If we have to make a move at the deadline, I will show. But for now, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We are stopping at the deadline right now. We're 22 and 28, so it's just not going great once again. So what we need to do is we need to, we need to trade some of these veterans. Not Damian Lillard. I mean, he's still kind of a star here, even though he is aging. He's still having 27 points per game, so I still want to build around these guys. But at this point, we might have to trade Chris Middleton or somebody. Like, it's just not going great at all. Lonnie Walker only averaging 9 points and starting 2 guys. This is not going great. Not really at all. So it might be time to ship some of these guys out, like right now. So, and most of our players are angry. It's not a good narrative surrounding us at all. So let's say New York is holding another trade finder and see what we see. So OG Anunoby and a first round pick would be an immediate upgrade in my opinion. But we'll keep looking. Nikola Vucevic and Alex Caruso, Jaylen Brown. I mean, we have to trade Bobby Portis, so we get Paul George, Bogdan Bogdanovic, John Collins. Obviously, we're not going to get any crazy offers. Mitchell Robinson, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo. So I wouldn't see why the Lakers would trade Austin Reeves for Chris Middleton and D'Lo as well. I wouldn't see why they would want to do that. Jalen Durham, Aaron Gordon, Pascal Siakam, Jakob Poeltl. All the teams are asking for the Gnostis, but obviously probably can't trade them. So Devin Vassell and Trey Jones. I see Bradley Beal and Tyus Jones, Jason Wallace, and Lou Dort, Rudy Gobert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Robert Williams, and Jeremy Grant. Okay, Kevin Looney and Draymond Green. Kyle Kuzma, I see OG Anderson. So the offers I see that really stand out to me are OG Anunoby, Kyle Kuzma, and Corey Kispert. And also, there's one more I saw. I went with the Spurs offering me Devin Vassell. So right now, if we got Devin Vassell, we would have a legitimate starting 2 guard next to Damian Lillard and Giannis. Also get Trey Jones, just a guy we can ship off. Maybe, in terms of getting him, we can ship him off to a team. I mean, even though I don't really want Trey Jones, so once again, that could be an option. So keep that in mind. So right now, that one is my favorite. Kyle Kuzma, we can get Kuzma 16 points per game, and then we can also get Corey Kispert. Obviously, he's an insane shooter, so in my personal opinion, most realistic offer might be this one here. Right now, the Wizards get an expiring Chris Middleton contract, and then we get Kyle Kuzma and Corey Kispert in return. So I'm gonna do this straight. We get Kyle Kuzma and Corey Kispert. They're Milwaukee Bucks now, so we get a little bit of an upgrade. They want to start Beauchamp, which obviously we're gonna play Kuzma at the 3. He goes up to a 70, or I mean 84. So we'll have Lillard, Lonnie, Kuzma, Giannis. We'll have Bobby Portis, Dennis Schroeder, Corey Kispert, Dorothy Smith, with Marjon Beauchamp off the bench, which still don't have a backup 5 in there. Which one thing we could do, since we have a lot. I mean, we don't really need Jose Alvarado. One thing we could do is maybe ship out some young guys, see if we can get a backup 5. But we're running a 9 rotation. I don't really see the point of it anymore. People we could throw in a trade. Let's say we go ahead and do Andre Jackson, Ryan Dunn, and Jose Alvarado. Christian Wood, Todd Jenkins is being offered to me, which is kind of crazy. Obviously, we can't do that. Isaiah Jackson, which he's a backup 5, obviously. 9.5 points, 7 rebounds off the bench. Baby Jalen Hood-Schifino, Christian Wood. So the only offer that really makes sense is the Pacers one, which they get a couple young players, and then we get Isaiah Jackson to be better backup 5. Which no, I'll just leave it. I'll just roll with the rest of the season for now. Then I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully, for us to even be in the playoffs, since we're not really good at all. At the end of the season here, we finished off as a play-in team. We finished off as the 8th seed with the Orlando Magic in round 1. So, I mean, it doesn't get any better, does it? So, we got Giannis with 26, Dame with 25, 16 from Kuzma, 11 from Dennis Schroeder, 10 from Bobby Portis, 9 from Lonnie Walker, 8 from Corey Kispert, 8 from Jose Alvarado. I just don't see what's wrong with this team and why 2K doesn't like it. I guess it's their older roster and it's not our league doing too great. But we got Orlando, like I said, in round 1. And we are going to lose, which means we get one more chance to get in the playoffs. We have to get the number 1 seed, and that's the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, like I said, it doesn't get any better. So, got the Miami Heat, and the plan, which they're honestly a really good team. I don't expect us to win the game, which we don't. We get 2 chances to make the playoffs, and we don't concede on anything. We don't win on any of them. So we're back to the drawing board in the off season. We got the Dallas Mavericks winning the championship. So. LeBron and Chris Paul retiring, Mike Conley and no Bucks players retiring, but whatever. So I don't know how we're gonna get better from here. So I'm gonna have to re-sign Schroeder. Gonna have to get a better starting 2 guard. We're gonna have to do a lot. We're gonna have to do a lot to get better, but it's whatever. Draft lottery time. We have pick. I don't see us. We probably don't have a pick in the draft, but we don't have a single pick in the draft. So that's it's whatever, but team and player options coming up, and we have Bobby Portis, which he's going to decline. Ray Finney-Smith is going to accept. Marjon Beauchamp is going to accept. Pat Connaughton is going to accept. Ryan Dunn, I'm going to accept this. Offering offers, Jose Alvarado and Corey Kispert. Free agency, we have Bobby Portis as free agency. He isn't interested in negotiating, but I hate to say it, but if we want to go and win, I feel like it's a problem with the Warriors right now. I know they think they have, an upcoming star in Jonathan Kuminga, but if they want to win now, they have to trade him, right? If they want to win now, they should trade him at the deadline, which I can see what the Warriors are thinking here. But I feel like if we want to get better, we would have to trade somebody like Marjon Beauchamp and some other young guys. I hate to do it, but it's just only we're going to get better, so... Right now, I'm looking at the trade finder. I'm going to see if I can find offers for Beauchamp and Pat Connaughton. Also, you can include Ryan Dunn or Andre Jackson. So, let's see what we can get for these 3 guys. So, Buddy Hield and Paul Reed, Aldous English, Javon Carter, Craig Porter, Max Strus, Nick Richardson, Merritt Limbs, and Peyton Watson, Daryl Sarge, and Yusuf Nurkic. So, obviously, the best player that we're getting here is Yusuf Nurkic. We can do this trade here with the... So, essentially, we get Buddy Hield and Paul Reed. So, Paul Reed would be better backup 5, and Buddy Hield would start. So, I mean, this isn't a bad trade, but at this point, I just really don't see the point of doing that. So, we're just going to go ahead and, like I said, probably run it back and hope for different results, because it's really not much more he can do unless we want to trade Giannis for Dame, which that's not really the point of the video. And I'm gonna re-sign Bobby Portis like a 2-year deal. You know, he does have to stay here for a long time. So, Corey Kispert, Bobby Portis, Schroeder, I want to bring back, and then Lonnie Walker. So, Schroeder, I'm gonna re-sign him, and then Lonnie Walker probably can't even bring him back. Which Vince Williams is here. That would be a steal. I'm gonna see if I can get Vince Williams please sign with us, and he is not gonna sign with us. Dang it, bro. Hornets had to steal him. Could have got Vince Williams Jr., which he actually fell in free agency. Dang, he would have been great. What the heck? Yeah, big surprise. They released him, but sadly, we're not gonna get him because the Hornets offered a contract before us, so we're not gonna get him. Jose Alvarado wants to sign with the other team. I'm not gonna pay that much to get you back. There's really no point. And then yes, resign. Yes, so Vince Williams sounds the Hornets. Corey Kispert, Portis, and Dennis Schroeder. They're all back, so we should have a rotation heading into this season. Just need a better backup 5. I see Mo Wagner, which I'll throw him a contract. So Mo Wagner as the backup 5 isn't the best thing in the world, but Mo Wagner, he's not terrible. Definitely not a terrible backup 5. He can still put up great backup 5 point. Just isn't really the best rebounder, so that's the main problem with it. So does Andre Jackson and Pat Connaughton get me anything alone? Let's see if they do. So, Caruso, Georgia Snake, Wallace, so we can get Vince Williams Jr. and Nick Richards if we throw a first round pick in here. We can get a backup 5. We can get a decent forward, I guess, which that wouldn't be terrible. We might actually do that trade there. So we're gonna do the trade with the Charlotte Hornets. We are trading a first round pick, but at this point, I don't care. I just want to get better, man. I just want to win a championship. We haven't won one in at least 2 weeks. So Nick Richards and Vince Williams are gonna be coming over. We can get a backup, or we already got a backup 5 in Nick Richards. So really no point. All right, I should have looked in the trade market for a backup 5 before doing it, but we can still get Nick Richards, and let's say we get Nick Richards and we use Mo Wagner's salary at the deadline to get somebody better, something like that. Then yeah, we'll do this trade. We'll do it. We'll most likely do that. So Vince Williams, Nick Richards. We get Nick Richards as a backup 5 or whatever, and then we can move Beauchamp for Vince Williams to the 2. Beauchamp goes down. Vince Williams goes down to a 77. I don't really care. I'm playing him there. So that'll be it. That'll most likely be our last move. Sign some extra forwards just in case. Justy Winslow, Nick Batum, and then we can sign Haywood Highsmith as the last minimum contracts. And then if Lonnie Walker wants to come back, sure, but we're probably not going to get him back. So that is your last move. I will see you guys at the beginning of the season to go through our rotation. Once again, we're probably not going to win a championship, but at least I can say I tried, man. The MVP Rookie of the Year goes so Giannis won MVP, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Finally, Luka didn't win it, so W Giannis. See which MVP that is. So that is actually MVP number 3 for him, won in 2026. So at the end of the season, we finished as the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. We got to play Detroit, so they have Donovan Mitchell added to their team over Kate Cunningham, which is interesting. Obviously, we had 28 from Giannis. Dame didn't really do too much with 18, 16 from Kuzma, but in the playoffs, we're 100% pushing up. Dame Miller's shot tendency up, and also somebody else they could take a jump in the playoffs. Maybe Kuzma, maybe Portis can do a little bit more, but we're just gonna leave it like this as it is. So Bobby Portis averaged about 10 points per game. But we got Detroit in round 1. So against the Pistons, come on, we're going to beat them in 7. Ooh, get out in round 1. I don't care. I'm all good. So, if you're wondering what rotation we're running in the playoffs, Dame, Beauchamp, Kuzma, Giannis, Bobby Portis, Schroeder, Corey Kispert, Vince Williams, and Nick Richards. Right now, we have Marjon Beauchamp cold. He was the starter, which he is cold. So, do we take him out of the rotation, or do we keep playing him? We'll see. We gotta play the first seed Raptors now. They have a 36-year-old starting point guard, James Harden. They have Jacoby Walter. They have RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Luka Badazi. I think this team is beatable. I definitely think this is a fluke first team. I think we could beat them. Game 1, I'm so confident. Game 2, okay, let's come back in the series now. Okay, no, so he might be going home today. Might be going home. Gonna shrink the bench utilization down to like a 50, and then most likely be running a 8 rotation in the playoffs. And then might even run a freaking 7-man and play only Schroeder and Richards off the bench. All right, let's get at least one game, and Let's get at least one game, please. So let's see. So gets the Raptors. See if we can get one game on them at least. That would be nice. So we are going to go ahead and get swept. 116 to 109. This is the best team I could possibly assemble in this time stretch here, which I don't think we're gonna. Sadly, I don't think we're gonna get any better. So Dame is 35. He's probably considering retiring, but that's whatever. Giannis at this point, he'd probably just leave the team. But it was definitely a fun video done the least. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. It's the best team I could have assembled in this time frame of the Bucks. So definitely try my hardest. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Actually, you might even run it back one more year. Because I think we can get an upgrade over Portis maybe in the off season. It's with Mo Wagner and Portis. We could run it back one more year. Get a center upgrade. Maybe that changes some stuff. I'm gonna run it back one more season. Do this trade with the Utah Jazz here, where we get Walker Kessler for Bobby Portis and Mo Wagner, and they're gonna decline, which is fair. Only last asset I have is the rookie here, and I don't know if he's related to Robin Lopez, but he with the last name and he kind of looks like him. I'm gonna throw him in the trade, and they agree. So with Robin Lopez's brother, I don't know if it's his brother, so I'm just not gonna say it. So get the dude to go through. We get Walker Kessler. I went ahead and extended Beauchamp and Nick Richards. So last season, going all in here, and back to power forward. Is probably not gonna play any minutes really, so no, it really doesn't matter. But Finney Smith, welcome back to Milwaukee, buddy. And then we should be good. Vince should develop. Marjan Beauchamp should develop, and then we should be good. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. End of the season here after getting Walker Kessler with his second seed, so this will be our last chances of trying to win a championship. But heading into our player stats here, we had about 20 from Giannis, 18 from Dame, 15 from Schroeder, 15 from Kuzma, 13, and then 12, and then we can go ahead and run our 9-minute rotation. There's no point of playing Finney Smith 7 minutes. And then, yeah, this is it. Last shot. Boston Celtics, KPJ, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Cooper Fly, Porzingis, Obi Toppin, Jackson Hayes. So how was Jackson Hayes? I'm kind of interested because obviously I'm a Lakers fan, but only 3 points per game. Jordan Wallace and DJ Widener should be able to beat this team pretty easily. We're gonna beat them at 5 to play the Detroit Pistons with Stephon Cassell, Mitchell, Asar Thompson, Jalen Williams, James Wiseman, Isaiah Hartenstein, Marcus Stafford. So, Walker Kessler, I don't know if he's really. I feel like he should be able to eat, but we'll see. And then against Detroit, we are going to beat them in 7 to play Indiana. Alright, so we're in the conference finals. Now we got Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Darius Walker, Clint Capella, Nimhard, and Aaron Nesmith. Okay. Oh, okay. I have no clue how we're going to even compete with this team. You know what? Halliburton and Jaden Ivey, just somebody had to tie for a minimum, right? 'Cause there's just no way. Okay, with Jaden Ivey signing for 13, knew something was off, so they got Jaden Ivey on a steal. But I believe in our team. I believe in our team. I believe that we can win a championship. I believe we can win this championship. So, hopefully, I'm just saying hopefully. So, Vince Plan isn't really doing much. So I'm going to try and fix rotation a bit. I'm playing Giannis. I don't care. I'm playing Giannis 46 minutes. I'm not losing this game. They want to start Beauchamp, sure, and anything. Help us win. Tendencies is going up, tendencies. Kispert, I need you to take some shots. Beauchamp, I need you to be really good in this series. So game 1, they're gonna take. Game 2, they're gonna take. Game 3, game 4. Oh, we still could come back. Maybe can we force a game 5 or a game 6? Can we force a game 6 in Indiana, and then maybe come back to force a game 7 and see you guys in the finals? But we are going to force a game 6, which is great. So 123 to 104. Giannis at 31. Obviously played 42 minutes, but we're gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing him the entire first quarter, maybe even the entire second, and maybe even the whole game because I'm willing to win. And we should hopefully be able to. We're gonna lose 133 to 124. So came close, but we couldn't conclude. Which I feel like I did a pretty good job at least trying to help this team. So I hope you guys enjoyed real this time, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.